Hello, Dickinson Cardinals. It's me, Mr. Herlache. Thank you for tuning in tonight. We hope you had a great day at school. We hope that you're cuddled up and cozy like we are. We hope that you enjoy some great stories. But first, we want to let you know just how proud we are of you and all of our Cardinals and our community for a great readathon. You've been reading so many books and you've shared so many stories about the books that you've read, and it's just been so cool to see, and to see how proud you've been is really, really neat. So keep up the great work. We're not done yet. And don't forget a couple of things. These reading minutes count. So when I'm reading you a story, or maybe two, remember that you can count these in your readathon minutes, but you have to log them on fundhub.com, okay? So great job. We're very proud of you. Also, before we start the book, we want to say thank you, not only to the kids, but to a few others as well. First of all, Mrs. Emily McCann, you have been amazing in the leadership of this great event, and to all of her helpers, the PTO executives and other volunteers that are so diligently counting up all of those reading minutes. It's been really cool to see, and thank you for your efforts. And finally, to our community, we know that you've been very generous in your donations for this event and for these kids, and we greatly appreciate your generosity. All right, you ready for some books? All right, let's do it. First up, I'm going to read to you tonight one of my favorite picture books called Someone Builds the Dreams. Some of you may have already heard the story, others it's new to you. Either way, settle in and enjoy the story. One of the reasons I love this story so much is it's all about a community coming together and how we all have to work together. And we talk about working hard and playing hard at Dickinson, don't we? We know we have to be hard workers for a school community to be effective and a great place to spend some time. And any community is exactly the same way. And we're going to read to find that out. All right, here we go. All across this great big world, jobs are getting done. By many hands in many lands, it takes much more than one. Here, let's just see the picture before I show it to them, okay? An architect creates a space. She'll draw, redraw, measure, and trace. A woodsy, warm, and peaceful place. So there's an architect. That's an important job in a community. But someone works to guide the saws, to plane the logs, lead the team. So an architect can design something like a building, but it takes a lot of workers to work those tools and get that job done. Someone needs to pound the nails. Someone has to build the dream. To engineer a bridge takes skill. Math and science fit the bill. We learn a lot about math and science at Dickinson, don't we? And I-beams ordered from the mill. Wow, look at that. That's some good planning. But someone works to mine the ore, smelt the iron, and pour the beam. That doesn't seem like easy work either, right? It takes very skilled people to make the plan, and it takes very skilled people to make that plan come true. Someone needs to weld the steel. Someone has to build the dream. An artist makes a stunning plan, a masterpiece from mind to hand. A fountain both unique and grand, but I think you get the pattern. You probably know what comes next. Someone works to dig the trench, lay the drains, and solder seams. Yeah. Someone needs to plumb the pipes. Someone has to build that dream. That's a cool looking fountain. And a cool place for the kids and the community members to go and enjoy, right? But somebody's got to make it. Yeah. A scientist earns a degree in physics and ecology. He aims towards cleaner energy, but Someone works to tighten bolts, steer the crane, and drive machines. Hopefully you can see the pictures okay. Someone needs to raise the tower. Someone has to build that dream. Park designers sketch with pride, amusements and amazing rides. Oh, we love rides and roller coasters in our family. And sights to keep you mystified. But someone works to run the wires, light the lights, and make them gleam. Man, it takes a lot of workers to build a city and community, doesn't it? Ooh, that one looks fun. Someone needs to bury cables. Someone has to build the dream. Imagine all of the work that goes into some of your favorite places, whether an amusement park or Legion Park or Voyager Park. It takes a lot of planning by the city and a lot of work from the people to build it. An author thought up something new. Oh, I know we have some great authors at Dickinson. Some of your books are available for checkout in the library, I know. An author thought up something new. The illustrator planned and drew to make this book for kids like you. But someone worked to set the text, run the press, load the reams. It's not just the author and the illustrator, which I bet this is the author, Lisa Wheeler, and this is the illustrator, Lauren Long. I bet those are their pictures. But it doesn't just take two. It takes a lot of people to print all these books. Someone had to make this book so we can read it in schools or in libraries or in homes, on beds and on couches or by the fireplace. Someone had to make this book. Someone had to build this dream. All across this great big world, there's lots of work to do. It takes a team to build a dream, a skilled, hard-working crew like you, Cardinals. So when you see a bicycle, a playground, house, or a shoe, wow, remember all the someones who helped make a dream come true. So kiddos, whatever your talent, whatever your passion is, whether it's coming up with big grand ideas or putting them into action, we need you to be a hardworking member of your community too, just like you are at Dickinson. So we hope you really liked this story. Someone builds the dream. And, what did you think, Will? Liked it? Do you have time for one more? Bonus book! All right, that was kind of a serious, cool book about a community. This one's a silly book for maybe you kindergartners and first graders, but I think second, third, fourth graders like it too. This was one of our, what?
I think third and fourth graders are pretty funny.
Yeah, this used to be one of our favorite books a couple of years ago. We dusted it off just for tonight so we can enjoy it with you. Hands Off My Honey by Jane Chapman. Bear stomped and stomped to his hollow by the big oak tree. The ground rumbled, the daisies shook, and the leaves trembled in the trees. I have a great big jar of delicious honey, Bear bellowed, and it is all mine. Ooh, seems like a greedy bear, huh? Bear looked around, but everyone had disappeared. Don't even try to take a pawful, he beamed. I am the scariest bear in the forest, and I want to share, and I won't share a single drop. The woods were silent. Even the birds stopped chirping. The only sound was the slurp of Bear's tongue as he licked that jar of honey. Mmm, yum, yum. Did you mess with that bear? Go get some honey? No. Mouse, the Rabbit brothers, and Mole peered out of a bush. That jar is enormous, and he's keeping it all to himself, whispered Mouse. Well, I love honey, and I'm gonna get some. Is anyone with me? The Rabbit brothers both raised a paw. Mole looked at the honey. I'm in. These are some brave animals. Mouse picked her way carefully through the branches. The Rabbit brothers held pause and began tiptoeing cautiously. When, snap! Whoops! That was me on a twig, whispered Mole. Get down, hissed Mouse. Bear's eyebrows lifted. The animals held their breath. But Bear dipped his paw in once more and was soon licking noisily. Phew, whispered Mole. Sorry, Mouse. Mouse patted him on the back. No harm done. Now follow me. Look at that big old bear. Mouse zipped to the left and to the right, keeping to the shadows. The rabbits raced behind, shivering excitedly. Mouse waved to Mole, but as he dodged a stinging nettle, he tripped over a root. Oops, he squeaked. Flump. Uh-oh. Bear turned suddenly. Mole tucked his head under his paws. But Bear was busy with a long, sticky dribble down his arm. That's one messy bear. Sounds like it's bath time for Mr. Bear. Sorry, whispered Mole. Roly-poly moly, eh? Mouse peered through the ferns. Listen up, team, she whispered. We need to be fast and silent if we're going to get that honey. Rabbits, she commanded, lead the way. Look, I skipped a page, no? The Rabbit brothers and Mouse were masters at dodging thorns. They whizzed through the branches and pole vaulted over the puddles. These are some talented animals. They're like secret agents. Taking a deep breath, Mole headed into the thorns. A prickle stuck in his bottom. Ooh, ouch! But he didn't even make a squeak. I can do this, thought Mole. I'll leap over the puddle and finish with a commando roll in the grass. He picked up a stick and began to run. Splash! Oh no! Just look at me, gasped Mole. I'm soaking. The Rabbit brothers clung to each other. Mouse froze. Bear's slurping stopped. Bear's ears twitched. Bear's eyes popped. What's going on over here? He growled. Uh-oh. Ooh, Mouse said, whoops. Oh, Mouse said she loves honey and she's going to get some, cried Mole from the puddle. What? Didn't you hear me say this honey is my honey? Roared Bear. Yes, I did, squealed Mole. But Mouse said she was going to. Oh, look. Mouse slowly stretched out her arm and dipped it into the honey jar. She scooped out a golden pawful and licked her fingers triumphantly. Oh, I worry about what's going to happen next. Ooh, cried Mole, covering his eyes. I can't look. What do you think's going to happen next? Oh, boy. I don't even want to turn the page. Bear swung Mouse up in the air. Uh-oh. And they laughed and laughed? What's going on here? Bear rolled the Rabbit brothers over in the grass and tickled Mole's tummy and toes. That seems awkward. You win again, he laughed. You're all just too quick for me. It sounds like they were playing a game. It sounds like they're friends playing a game about the honey. The wriggly, giggly heap of paws and whiskers got stickier and stickier. Big Scary Bear's my favorite game, sighed Mole happily. Can we play it again, please? Aha, they were just playing all along. Oh, all right, smiled Bear, standing up. You four go and hide. I've got a great big jar of delicious chocolate, and I'm not gonna share a single drop. Here they go again. Well, Cardinals, we hope you had a great day at school. We hope you enjoyed our stories tonight. Don't forget to add them to your readathon minutes. We hope you have a great night, get some good rest, and we'll see you tomorrow at school. Good night, Cardinals.